Let's talk Tanya for the 19th of Elul. The last 2 days we explained that we can have some sort of understanding of God's attributes through analyzing our own attributes. Yesterday we gave a disclaimer that obviously our understanding will be woefully incomplete, but at the same time, a modicum of an understanding we can gain through analyzing and studying ourselves. So today we're going to start, and we're going to be talking about our own emotions, our own character traits, our own attributes, and we're going to start with the 6 emotions. So we know there are 6 emotions: Chesed, Gevura, Tiferes, Netzach, Hod, Yesod. And these 6 emotions lead to Malchus, which is action. Because when we feel about something and we have a feeling towards something, then we act upon it. Now, in this chapter, the Alter Rebbe goes in detail and discusses every single one of them. Due to the time constraints that we have in this, in Let's Talk Tanya, we're not going to go in detail on every single one of them, but we're going to talk about the general ideas over here. The 6 emotions are divided, generally speaking, into 2 tiers. There's the first tier of emotions, and we'll call them the emotional emotions. And we'll see there's the second tier of emotions, which are called, sounds like an oxymoron, but they are the unemotional emotions. The first 3, the emotional emotions, are Chesed, Gevura, and Tiferes, which are kindness, severity, and beauty. Kindness, Chesed, means to give, and to give unconditionally. It doesn't make a difference whether the person that I am giving to is in need. It doesn't make a difference whether they are worthy of what I am giving. The ultimate and truest kindness is just giving unconditionally. Gevura, severity, is the opposite of that. Gevura is, I don't give, or if I do give, I am giving only to someone who absolutely deserves it. And then we have Tiferes. Tiferes is beauty. What is beauty? Whenever you take 2 opposing or different ingredients and you put them together, that's when you get something that is beautiful. Because any one entity on its own isn't beautiful. Like imagine you had a painting and it was just orange. That's not beautiful. For a painting to be beautiful, you need to have many different colors, or a food, which is an apple. Okay, an apple tastes good, but ultimately a beautiful or exquisite food requires the mixing of many ingredients. And by the way, some ingredients that are actually opposite of each other. So Tiferes, which is beauty, is a compromise, so to say, between Chesed and Gevura. And that's why in Kabbalah, when we talk about Tiferes, Tiferes is identified as regimen, which is compassion. What's the difference between kindness and compassion? As we mentioned, kindness is giving unconditionally. Compassion is not giving unconditionally. Compassion is giving based on need. So whereas Chesed doesn't even look at need and doesn't take that into consideration, and Gevura also doesn't take need into consideration, it gives only based on merit. Rachamim or Tiferes, it gives not based on merit, but based on need. So that's a little of Chesed and a little of Gevura together, and that is beautiful. That is compassion. And then we have the next tier of emotions, which are Hod, Yesod, and Malchus. I'll give you the literal translations Netzach, Hod, and Yesod, which are perseverance and splendor and foundation, but the words don't really mean much. The bottom line is, even after I have a feeling, whether it's a feeling of love, of giving, of kindness, or whether it's a feeling of the opposite of restraint and discipline and severity, for that feeling to actually make its way all the way into the bottom line, into action, there is an internal process, which is these second set of attributes which come into play. So say, for example, I love my child, and I want my child to be a master pianist. That's the feeling that I have. But from there to actually my child becoming a pianist, there are a lot of hurdles that have to be crossed, internal hurdles. I need to, first of all, decide to make time to actually teach my child the basics of the notes. I need to make the time. I need to persevere in that area. I need to push aside all the doubts I might have about my child's ability. I have emotions, but after the emotions, there are a lot of problems and blockages which I need to work through internally until I get to the place of actually acting upon my emotions. That is the second set of emotions, Netzach, Hod, Yesod, which is basically pushing through those original emotions and feelings that I have. All of these are based on Chabad, are based on the 3 intellectual attributes of Chachma and Bina and Das, which we've spoken about on different occasions, because the feelings that I have for anything are based on awarenesses which I have, which is Chachma, and then which I process, and most importantly, which I connect to, which is the idea of Das. So that is the basic composition of the 10 attributes within the human being. However, within the human or natural soul of the human being. And tomorrow we are going to discuss what these 10 attributes look like within the godly soul.